Still can't believe it's June. What's up, everybody? It's Wassup Flobo, episode number 80. This is the middle of the year, the middle of 2020, the fastest and the shortest month, the quickest and the longest year, at the same time. Before we get into everything, just want to say that this episode of Wassup Flobo, like others, is sponsored in part by Fiverr. Fiverr allows you to get your things done, whether you want your resume reviewed, whether you want someone to go through and check your rap lyric and see if they're hitting those bars the way you want. Check out Fiverr.com. Support the show by clicking the link below. Now, for most of us here in 2020 in this country, we spent most of the time indoors, right? I'm in Los Angeles. Our lockdown, our quarantine was actually one of the longest in the nation. I started mine about 4 days before everyone else, but we've been in our apartments or homes since March. Some people didn't even have a lockdown at all. There was a soft lockdown or whatever. But on episode 54 of Wassup Flobo, because I know you guys have seen all of them. You guys are just in there every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday during the quarantine for more episodes. We talked about, or at least I talked about, my quarantine playlist. Now, these are things I wanted to make sure that I had a list of shows that I got around to actually watching and seeing, and movies and books and all that, because I was always somebody who didn't have enough time. I don't have enough time. When I have a day off, I'll do it. And I realized something, I can have all the time in the world, and I hate cleaning. I'd have all the time in the world, and I'll still make quick meals like the bachelor that I am. So I learned a lot about myself. But in that same time, I'm actually was okay with taking hours to play a video game or taking hours to think about what's next in my second quarter life crisis of my life. So which I guess that's a midlife crisis. 2 quarters equal a half. So yeah, that's what I wanted to really talk to you about what I finished now, because I think more or less we're pretty much out of the quarantine. Let me know what you watched, what you experienced over the 2, 3, 1 month stretch that you were in your house, a couple weeks. I'm not sure what your locality was. I'm going by LA. So yeah, if you had a 3 month stay in your house, let me know what you've watched, what you experienced, what you share with your friends in the comments below, or check me out on social media, and I'll tell you how you can follow me that in a minute. So some of these you may have heard before at episode 54, Wassup Flobo, but this is the final list. So as far as the books I finished the comic book history of pro wrestling, which was a lot more thorough than I thought it would be. If you guys have not seen it, if you guys like graphic novels, if you guys like wrestling like I do, it really goes into the history of the sport and the art form of professional wrestling. We're talking like the days of carnival barking wrestling and British chain wrestling from back in the day, like back turn of the century. So please check that out. The comic book history of pro wrestling is the books I finished. As far as video games, I finished Deadpool, which is pretty short. I finished Forza Horizon 2, which is one of those like free Xbox download games, and I finished the entire Ultimate Edition of Sleeping Dogs, which is a GTA clone kind of thing. If you guys are on my twitch.tv/FloboBoys, I walked you through that. It was kind of fun doing the voiceovers and doing little moments of comedy while I'm like shooting guns and avoiding the law or avoiding the triad, because I played both sides. It was basically The Departed in that whole open world GTA clone type thing. I tried to put some on YouTube, but I got flagged for the soundtrack of all things for being a copyright hit. So I haven't been able to post those. But if you're on Twitch, you can go check them out. Now, as far as TV shows and movies, I think most of these are on Netflix. I have an Amazon Prime account. I never remember that I have Amazon Prime until someone's like, check out this show. It's on Amazon Prime. And I go, It's so funny. Like I know I have the service, but I'm never on it that much. But I finished Tiger King. That was interesting. I like the documentary, the structure, but I'm not sure if I would recommend it as being the greatest thing ever, like most people did about 2 months ago, which seems like it was 2 years ago. Sabura, Blood on Rome. It's an Italian crime drama. When I was going to Italy, I was all about Italian culture, and I thought this show would be a way inside of what Rome looked like. It wasn't, but I still enjoy it, so I watch it with subtitles. Gentefied, which is a sitcom, because a lot of times it's not really funny, but it's kind of like, about this family in Boyle Heights and how they are trying to maintain their taco stand and like combat gentrification in Los Angeles. For someone who's been here long enough to see it happen, as a transplant, I hate transplants. I'm a big fan of Hentai Fight. I should probably do a show about this, about the two soccer teams in LA Galaxy and LAFC, because they basically symbolize the struggle in LA right now. Dirty Money, which is a series of documentaries about illicit or underhanded ways money gets flowed, whether it's laundering, whether it's like big evil corporations, whether it's unfair practices. I do recommend that. That's on Netflix as well. The Big Show. I saw meh. Superstar WWE wrestler Paul White, Big Show's in a sitcom with his family. Okay, Disney Channel, Nickelodeon kind of thing. Kim's Convenience is one of my favorite sitcoms right now. Takes place in Toronto about this Korean American or Korean Canadian family or Korean family that the kids are born in Canada family. Really, really funny. It kind of takes you back to the days where American sitcoms were okay with playing with that kind of dynamic, but not so much anymore. Undercover Brother 2, Skip It, Paid in Full. I finally got to see Paid in Full. I know, you about to take my hood card away. I finally saw Paid in Full. I dug it. The acting was okay. It was solid, but it really is a good time if you guys want to check out some modern crime films. I know a lot of older cats go, after The Godfather, it's all downhill. No, if you really want to see a modern gangster film, Paid in Full is where it's at. Space Force Netflix show. It's a meh. Star Trek Next Generation. Finished it. Cool. As somebody who started Star Trek with Discovery, the Next Generation is hard to digest. They are miniature movies that take 40 minutes a week. So it's hard to sit there and binge where they give you this complex issue and idea. And it's like, yep, well, it's ended. See you next week. Like, whoa. I want to see the implications and fallout, what you decided to do in this episode. But it was a different time back then for sure. Queen and Slim, which I got from a contest. I really liked Queen and Slim. Of course, I won't spoil it. The ending did make me go, dang. So if you haven't seen Queen and Slim, I think the posters made it look like it was a more action-based, like, shoot 'em up, bang, bang kind of film. Maybe I just misinterpreted that, but Queen and Slim was entertaining. I do recommend that. The main event, which is Like Mike meets WWE, was fun. As a guy in his 30s watching it alone, I went, it's cheesy. But if I had a nephew, if I had a kid that was into the wrestling, I think that would be the perfect movie. There were some things about a lucha mask and it smelling bad. I thought it would have paid off, but it didn't. But definitely, if you got kids like ages 5 to 12, well, not 12. 12 was when they get all too cool for school. But like 5 to 10, and they like wrestling, it's definitely a good show to check out. And the main event on Netflix as well. Nighthawks, the classic Sylvester Stallone movie. I liked his character. I liked the attitude. The film kind of falls apart in the third act, but I heard there was a lot of like problems with the production back in the 70s, or was it 80s? I think it was 80s. So check out Nighthawks, also on Netflix. Dangerous Lies, Camila Mendes. Veronica Lodge from Riverdale was in her own starring vehicle. Okay, I kind of miss those old 90s, 2000s thrillers, and this movie has that, where you don't know what's going to happen, suspenseful thing, but doesn't quite hit the mark. I'm not saying rave, go check it out. But if I was a Camila Mendes fan, and I'm like, yo, man, here's this supporting character on this TV show who had her own movie to star in, check that out, then that's cool. But Dangerous Lies sounds like there'd be a lot more stabby action. No, it's just a thriller with twists and turns. Rewatch Clerks the Animated Series. Which I loved. I thought there should have been a full season there. And finally, and I actually did an episode of Wassup Flobo about this, Jerry Seinfeld, 23 Hours to Kill. So that was all the TV shows and movies I saw. I gave you the video games and the book that I read under quarantine. I'm actually proud of myself. I was able to sit down and actually take the time to do that instead of me going like, no, I should be doing something else, because that's the worst. When you want to sit down and relax or play video games or read a book, watch a movie, you think about tomorrow. What are you going to wear? You think about something you haven't done. And this is why I'm not that kind of guy. When my ex-girlfriend and I were living together and she would say, let's watch a movie, I'll go, how long is it? Like it shouldn't matter, right? It should be the idea of spending time with your significant other. But to me, it mattered. A 90-minute movie, cool. An hour, 45 minutes, okay. 2.5 hours, oh man. hope we start before 7:30 because if it's after that, it might be late, because I'm a grandpa. But that concludes this edition of Wassup Flobo. Make sure to check out this episode and all the episodes right here on that YouTube. And you can follow me on social media at Flobo Boys on Twitter, at Flobito on Instagram, and Flobito.com. And if you want to support the homies, there's 3 ways you can do that. 3! 1, become a patron, become a supporter on Patreon. Patreon.com/FloboBoys. Bonus content's there all the time. And I'm really ramping that up because I really want people to know that there's a whole different side of this guy that you can support the homie and buy a t-shirt, a hoodie, or a mug at Flobito.threadless.com. And I'm releasing a new design this month in accordance with my birthday. June is my birth month. Hey, turning the big whatever. Just make sure you buy a t-shirt or a hoodie at Flobito.threadless.com. And my brand new song, the comedy single Alone in the Club, is available free to stream on Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, SoundCloud, and YouTube. That's right. It's called Flobo Voices Alone in the Club. Stream it, put it on loop. Tell your friends about it. Let me know what you think because I really want. I'm curious. I'm curious. I know it killed the cat, but I'm all about it. But yeah, we'll be back next time, back Wednesday. But until then, please be yourself. What's up, Mo? What? I mean, you're always essential to me. Head in the chat. Mo downloaded Alone in the Club. He's a fan. People are telling me I should do more. I'm not sure if I should because I'm not a rapper or an actor. I'm a comedian. But we'll talk about that next time. All right. So until then, man, be yourself and peace out.